back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Janine A. Golia, and I'm a full-time reseller on the Poshmark platform. I also sell on eBay too. And today we have another reseller wind down for you. And I am super excited to welcome Faith Hommes to my channel today. Faith, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I feel very honored. I recently started watching your channel a lot more. There was something that you did that I don't see a lot of resellers do on your channel that kind of got me really curious about you and really interested. You told your story.
Yes.
And you bared everything. And
yeah, it was pretty raw.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that is so brave. Like, I was blown away. And I was like, well, this girl just like, I mean, I always thought you were really cool, but that just blew me out of the water. I was like, and I had no idea like, if you guys get a chance, go over to Faith's channel and check it out. What's the name of that video? Because everybody needs to.
Oh, it's classic. I quit my job. Or I quit my corporate job to be a full-time reseller.
Yeah.
So that's like
her corporate job to be a full-time reseller. And it's such a cool story, and you gotta go check it out. So please, once you've hit the like button here, go on over to her channel, go see I quit my corporate job to become a full-time reseller. Give her a like and a subscribe. You will not be sorry. Also, this woman is the queen of retail arbitrage. She loves going to places like Nordstrom Rack and TJ Maxx and wherever she can find a good deal on designer clothing, and she knows her brands. So you will learn so much from her. Let's get on to the question.
Okay.
How many hours a week do you spend doing your reseller thing now that you're full-time?
Well, it kind of varies, honestly. Every single day and every single week looks so different. And I really, really need to start like timing myself so I can get like an accurate number and tell you how many hours I actually work. But I would say I probably spend 6 hours a week on YouTube. And then I probably spend like 45 on actual reselling. And that I don't do like a set, like I don't work like 8 to 5 every like weekday. And then, you know what I mean? I don't have like a set schedule. And sometimes I work weekends, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on, you know, how much inventory I have at the time. Sometimes I have like so much that I can list, and sometimes I don't. So I try to push myself as hard as I can, but I mean, it kind of varies.
Okay. And so you only spend 6 hours a week on your YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
How do you edit your videos so beautifully? Like how?
Well, I only do 1 video a week, first of all. I tried to do 2 and it's just way too much. Another thing that really helps me is I don't script out my videos, but I have an outline for every single video. So I know like, I definitely like plan it out beforehand, and doing the planning before helps the filming go faster. Okay. And so that is like an efficiency. And then I just love editing. So it kind of is something that just kind of like flows easy for me, I suppose. I don't know. It's just something that I love, I think, and that kind of helps, I don't know, the flow state happen.
I love the way you edit I'm always like, she must spend so much time and you really don't. Oh, hi. Who's this?
This is Scout.
Hi, Scout.
Anytime I'm recording, seriously, he has to be the star of the show. Like in any of my videos, you'll see him like in the background. Like he is so neat.
I'm totally for that. I would love more dog
content.
Yeah, so we're good. Okay, so you spend 6 hours a week on YouTube, and the reseller thing that you do is like varied.
Yeah, around like 40 to 45, I would say. I actually have an app on my phone that should help me. I'll tell you what it is. It's a really good app. You have to remember to do it. That's the hard part. It's called Toggle Tracker.
Yes, so if you're like an entrepreneur, this would be a good way to like sort of check in to see how many hours you're spending.
I really need to. It's been on my list. I actually want to make a video about like how I spend my time like throughout the week. Mm-hmm. And kind of like break it down, because I'm curious myself too, honestly. I need to get better at that.
Are you balanced? Would you say that you're able to balance your work life and your home life and your like self time and all of that pretty well? Or do you constantly have to juggle?
Well, I don't really see it as like juggling or balancing, because it's never really going to be balanced. I think reselling and kind of being an entrepreneur is part of like my life, and it's something that I love to do, but also is work. So I try my best to prioritize like exercising and like, you know, cooking healthy and like spending time with my boyfriend and whatnot. But at the end of the day, like this is my life, and I can't really turn one off and turn the other one back on. So I just try my best to like not burn myself out. And if I feel like I need a break, then I just like step away for a little bit. But I wouldn't say it's balance.
Well, it sounds pretty balanced to me. That sounds like you have a good head on your shoulders and that you know how to prioritize what needs prioritizing at that time.
That's the biggest thing. I just kind of figuring out like what needs to be done right now, and then turning your thoughts off for all the other stuff and just focusing on that one task. The other thing that helps me a lot is having like the higher average sales price model. So I really don't have to process as many items to reach like the same amount of goals. My average profit per item is $34. So I try to, like, that's my main goal, is to get that metric as high as possible so that I am able to not work as much or work as hard. I don't know.
Yeah, goals, reseller goals. I'm right there with you. I'm not good at retail arbitrage because quite frankly, it's not something that I really enjoy. I love going to the thrift. Like,
oh, yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. So, I mean, like if I find like, I get off on finding stuff like Gucci and like, you know, all the big names, at the consignment store versus going to like a big, you know, like Nordstrom Rack or something like that, because I find I get really tense. And then I start to sweat, and then I'm just not having a good time.
And then you just can't focus. I think it just totally depends on like the kind of stuff in your area. Honestly, I do a lot of like buy, sell, trade stuff too. And I'm really, really, really trying to do more online sourcing. I'm not like the best at it yet, but that's really where, like if I'm thinking the progression of how do I keep growing and keep like increasing my average sales price and increasing my like scaling without having to do more work.
Right.
I think it's like the online sourcing, but I'm still kind of practicing it and trying to get good at that.
No, I think you're doing great. And you're very young. I mean, like, how old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Very young. Let's see. What's something that you listen to? What song do you listen to, or what podcast or whatever to get you motivated to either work or something that you do while you work out, like your jam or whatever?
Well, this is okay. I'm a very I don't know if high-strung person is the right way to say it, but I'm a very anxious person. So my mind goes like 10,000 miles a minute. So what actually like gets me in like a work like flow state of mind is Billie Eilish. Just chill music that like keeps me grounded and like chilled out, and that really is like what makes me productive. That's not like my workout music, but that's like my day-to-day. Like every single day I don't want to say her name because she'll turn on, but I'll say play Billie Eilish, and then Alexa will play all of it.
Oh, okay. So you have your jam set up for, and what do you listen to when you're working out?
I'm really bad at working out. I'll start by saying that. I like to take walks. Like I said, I am a very like amped up kind of person in my head. So oh my gosh, do you hear her in the background?
Who is that?
All right. That's you know who. I just said I can't say her name or she'll turn on. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. If you can't hear.
Go ahead. We can cut this out.
Hold on.
Alexa, stop.
Stop. You started to play a song. Okay, we're good now. I knew that was gonna happen. I like to take long walks. Like I will take like a 3-mile walk to unwind, like around like a lake that's by my house. And I love to listen to the Skinny Confidential podcast. I'm more of a podcast listener when I take walks.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about reselling?
I think my favorite thing is that you get to determine your success. Like at my corporate job, like no matter how hard you worked or how great you did, it still was up to someone else to determine when you were able to get a promotion or a raise. And you never really had control of that, no matter how hard you worked or how great of a performance you had. But with reselling, if you want to make more money, all you have to do is figure out how to do it and then do it. And there you go. You got yourself a raise. You know what I mean? So it's just so cool that you can like create a plan to grow like your business and then slowly do that and achieve that for yourself, that's like super motivating.
It is motivating. Yeah, that's a big motivator, is to see your own progress.
Oh yeah, totally.
What were you doing at your corporate job?
So it was a marketing role, and I did email and direct mail marketing for Mazda.
Okay.
But I didn't work at Mazda. It was at like an agency.
Okay, so you were in communications and PR kind of.
Well, my title was a senior program management specialist. I was like I coordinated the project and I managed the project, and I made sure that everyone, like each team gave me their stuff, and then I like kind of
organized it and stuff.
Put it in action and made it actually real.
Okay, cool. So yeah, coordinator of sorts. That's cool. And how does that help you work out with what you're doing now with reselling?
Honestly, I learned so much about Excel. Like I did VLOOKUPs and pivot tables like every single day, and that really has helped me like analyze my data with reselling. And so that really was like a huge thing that I took away from my job. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
How long have you been reselling for?
Okay, so I was working full-time and then part-time at TJ Maxx as a coordinator.
So you got some inside secrets.
Yeah, I do. Anything you want to know, you just ask me. I'll tell you. So I was a front-end coordinator, and at the time, I was really happy with it, but then I started realizing that if I wanted to move up in the company, that would mean I would have to sacrifice way too much. Mm-hmm. And I was only going to get paid not great. And then I always had dabbled in reselling in one way or another, because my mom raised us to do like flea markets and garage sales, and she always thrifted, and we love thrifting and stuff. So I always had like one hand in one way or another. I would sell on eBay stuff that I made or found here and there. And then when I was at TJ Maxx, I did it on the side. Like I would sell stuff from my closet. I would buy less of stuff at TJ Maxx because it was on sale. I wouldn't try it on. I didn't want to bring it back. And I would end up selling it on Poshmark, like.
Did you ever like go out of your way to find stuff to resell?
I didn't do that then because it was not allowed. Yeah, it's not allowed. If you buy for yourself, that's one thing. And if it sits there, like you bought it for yourself. But like there was a stipulation in the bylaws of whatever that you can't buy from TJ Maxx to sell. So I didn't do it. But when COVID hit and I got fired, well, I didn't get fired. I got, what's the word? Furloughed. That's the word they used. Furloughed. Like laid off. I was like, well, I might as well see what I can do with the reselling thing because I'm enjoying it, and it actually took off. I think it was possible to have something that I would enjoy so much.
Isn't that the coolest thing too? Like my whole life I wanted like a hobby or like some kind of skill or some kind of thing I was passionate about. I never found like the thing. And then I found reselling. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this and I'm good at it and I can make money at it. Like once, whether it's reselling or whatever your hobby or whatever it is, like once you find that thing that like
it's the thing.
The thing, like, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes people years and years before they find the thing,
Totally.
And there's a lot of fear that goes in there with that and stuff, but like sometimes the universe kind of pushes you.
Yes, throws it right in your face right when you need it. That's
and it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know this was possible, but this is so cool.
Right?
Yeah. So that's my happy ending right there. Oh, name one reseller that really inspires you and why?
Oh, just one?
One.
Can I do two?
You can do two if you want.
So they're not no order, but the first one I will say is Recloth Collection. Her name's Ashley. She
awesome.
Is gold. I literally that is who I strive to be like seriously, she legend. And the second one is Isa at the Global Collective. I also want to be just like her when I'm further in my journey. Those two are legends and I definitely look up to them.
Okay, I will link them down below. And Recloth Collection just started her own YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited when
Thank
I saw
God.
it. It had to happen.
Yeah, I need to know all of her secrets. She is totally amazing. And she's got a really chill vibe, which I love. She's not like one of these, gotta hustle, hustle, hustle. I mean, yes.
Right. And she's not like showboaty either.
No, she's not.
She shares, but in like a way that's humble, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like her. And
she's self-aware, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I think she's kind of got that. And this is something that I really like about her, is that she's got this attitude of like, screw what other people think. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that.
I need to try to learn to be that, because
it's taken me a long time to get to that. And even sometimes now I get like, how does that look? How does that sound?
Me too.
And then I watch people like that and I'm like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm a boss. All right. If there was one unicorn thing that you could find to resell at any one of these places that you like to frequent, what would it be?
There's so many. Again, like going down to one. I have never found a spell in the Gypsy Dress. Never. Like I would love to thrift one. I don't think that is gonna probably happen to me, but at a consignment store, buy, sell, trade store, I don't care. I would love to buy and sell a spell in the Gypsy Dress.
So you're in California, so like, are you near a major city?
Yeah, I go to LA, but I don't go, like, it's an hour drive for me, so it's not like I go there like once a week, every other week kind of thing.
LA, even in the perimeter of LA would be good to like go, even bin shopping.
Oh, I go to the bins probably twice a month in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Still never found that. I don't know. People think that like LA is this magical land. It really
is. Well, I mean,
okay, compared to other places, it is a magical land. But it's not like you just walk in and find Gucci. It's not that easy.
Oh, but I mean, most of the people that I sell to, they're in California, and they're usually around LA. You know, like
same. California and New York are my two highest sales states. I don't know.
Exactly. So it's there, Faith. You just have to have faith. That's terrible.
Oh, please. I get that all the
time. So we have to put it out into the universe. Spell in the Gypsy, Teeks, and Rothy's for Faith.
Yes.
Anyone who's watching, we're putting it out there. She's going to find these things.
I need to.
Okay. What career advice would you give your younger self? It could be somebody who's like 2 hours younger or like 10 years younger.
Man, my advice would be to do like what you want to do and think, like take time to really think out of the box and not just to follow the cookie cutter like path that everyone kind of follows. I think I was so kind of wrapped up on like getting good grades, go to college, get a corporate job. I didn't care what kind of corporate job it was, as long as like I got one kind of like in marketing, then I'd be fine and everything would be figured out. Mm-hmm. And I never really took the time to think like what I was like passionate about. And it took me a long time to kind of be okay with the fact that maybe money isn't everything kind of a way. Like you don't need to take the highest paying job just because it's like high paying. You have to enjoy what you like. You really do if you want to work for the next, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I mean? I think like in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, like money isn't everything. Like you need to be happy. But I never really like put that into action, or that wasn't really something I lived by. Mm-hmm. But I just would tell my younger self to really think about like what you're passionate about and think out of the box and don't care what other people think.
Right. And you really, I mean, listening to your story, you really abided by that story that everyone sold from the beginning of their schooling. Yeah. If you go to school and you get good grades, and then you go to school again and you get good grades, and you pay a lot for the next school and you get good grades, you're going to get a great job.
And I thought it'd be all fine from there. Yep, you get a great job and you're fine. Then
it'll be there for you. Everything's going to be great. And then you get there and it's not there. And it's not what you like anyway. Like, what do you have to say to people who are maybe experiencing that? Because I know there's so many people in the younger generation that are experiencing that.
The comments on my video have blown me away. The number of people who said, I'm going through the exact same thing as you. Thank you so much. Like I feel like I'm not alone in this. Like countless. The amount of Instagram DMs, like comments, like everything. It's sad that so many people are going through this. And it does feel good that like I was able to maybe shed light on it, make them feel like they're not the only one going through it. But I just feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to be accepted by everyone else and like do something that people, like when you tell someone like, oh, what do you do? And if you say, I'm a reseller, you know, I don't want to say majority of people, but a lot of people are going to be like, oh, okay, that's what you do? Like, really? That's what you do?
That's nice.
Yeah. But it's just like, whether it's reselling or like whatever your passion is, maybe you want to be like a musician or an artist or, you know, whatever. Like, don't worry about, it's your life. It's not anyone else's life. It's you are the one at the end of the day who has to lay your head on the pillow and feel satisfied and wake up the next day and want to like do what you're doing. And it doesn't matter, like it's not other people's life, it's your life, you know?
Right. Yeah, and I think that whole idea, if you're a younger person and you are going through it, I mean, even people in their 30s now are still going to school. Maybe they've been forced to go and live with their mom and dad again because of all of the crap that's been happening. You know, like it's really okay. You know, it's really okay. You start where you are. It doesn't matter how old you are, but you make sure that whatever it is that you get into from here on out is something that you actually enjoy. Mm-hmm. Number one, because if you enjoy it, you are going to dedicate a lot of time to it, and it's not going to feel like a struggle, and it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like fun, and it's going to be satisfying.
And that in return is going to make you money, you know?
Exactly. That's where the money starts coming in.
Right.
You know, so it really is okay. And I'm so sorry that if you're somebody who was promised that, I'm just going to say it was a lie. It was a lie.
American dream. Yeah. Or not American dream. What do we call it?
I don't know what, I mean, I'm living the American dream as far as.
Yeah, you're right. American dream is not it. We are living the American dream now. Like starting your own business and all of that. Exactly. I don't know. Just like.
But like you can too, you know, like this is your opportunity to learn about that thing that you are passionate about, to make that a moneymaker some way, somehow, you know, learn about finances. God, please learn about finances. It doesn't take long. There are some really great YouTube channels on it. You know, learn how to manage your money and do exactly what it is that you want to do. And forget about all of that other crap that you were told that you needed to do, because that doesn't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. The board is clear.
And also, no one has it figured out. You know, first of all, no one goes into college or comes out of college knowing exactly what they want to do, and they're going to do that the rest of their life. Right. Most people pivot multiple times in their life, and they're constantly evolving and changing, and no one has their whole life figured out, you know, in that one moment. You're constantly going to be changing, and you're constantly going to be figuring out life. Like, no one knows what they're doing.
See, how messy is your house right now, Faith?
Well, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, so it gets messy literally in 5 seconds. I will clean the entire house, and the next day it's trashed again. It's just so small, like it's inevitable. So it almost makes me not want to clean because it's just gonna get messy in the next hour.
You have 1 bedroom to like do your work and stuff in? Do you have like an office or?
No. It's 1 bedroom that I share with my boyfriend, who also works from home like 50% of the time.
Oh my God, how do you not rip each other's eyes out?
Oh. We want a 2-bedroom. Instead of our dining room table, we have a desk. So we eat on our coffee table, and then we work in our dining room, which isn't even a dining room. It's just like a corner. But
so, like, where do you put your inventory?
In my closet.
Where's your clothes?
Like, hanging up. I only have 184 pieces of inventory.
Oh my God, that's so
high average sales price, baby. I'm telling you, you don't have to have that much.
Oh my God. Holy crap. That's so cool. So you really don't have to have like 700 listings to be really successful. You can do it with that little.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, I have 184 things that I like resell. And then I also send things like to flip to have other people sell them for me. And I also, this is like controversial, I hopped back on the ThreadUp train. I don't recommend it necessarily to anyone, but I'm doing it because I can't stay away. So I also I make about $300 to $400 a month on those like consignment things, which is an extra $300 to $400 that's for stuff that doesn't have to stay in my house.
That's awesome. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so proud of you. What's your favorite way to unwind?
Honestly, it would be to eat. I'm like a junk food person, okay? Not junk food, like salty, like things, sweets. I am so bad at eating sweets. So eating sweets and watching like mindless trash TV. That is my unwind.
Okay, so top number one sweet of the week.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh.
Confession.
Well, cookies and like brownies are like my jam. So anything that's like a gooey cookie, I'll take it out like not 8 minutes. I'll take it out probably 5 minutes before the recommended time. So basically I'm just eating warm cookie dough. That's like my guilty pleasure right there.
Okay. So how do you measure success?
Man, is this the last question? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I was gonna say, because that one feels like a question. My definition of success has definitely shifted, like in this past, like honestly, since COVID, since the pandemic. I would say my definition of success is being able to live my life, like doing the things that I enjoy and not feeling like the stress to, I guess, like get by or survive like money wise, because I always grew up like just not like secure, like always like I was always like, I don't know if I can make this payment, I don't know if like we're gonna lose this, that, or the other, like just kind of like financially insecure. So I think like my definition of success is just not having to worry about money, like having enough to not have to worry about my bills and then still like enjoying my life. Like I really this has really shifted for me. I don't need to be like rich or crazy like lifestyle, like none of that. I really like my definition of success is just like being happy, having like my anxiety under control, and like just living a life where I'm fulfilled with what I can do with like my business and have like my bills paid and be happy. Beautiful.
If you could have everything you wanted, what would it look like?
Oh man, well, this is going back to the vision boards. I need to put this on my vision board. Oh man, if I could have everything that I wanted, I would have a house that's big enough to have like kind of like a basement or like a home office. Like I've never really wanted to be a warehouse seller. For me and my business, if we're talking like reselling, it's not to have like a big warehouse and a bunch of employees. It really isn't. It's maybe like outsourcing some of the tasks and having those taken care of somewhere else, but I would have like a whole space for like an office. I am going to have a Mac desktop that is going on my vision board. You know what I'm talking about? Like the computer.
Yes. Yeah.
I would have like I guess I'm really focusing this on like reselling, I suppose. Yeah. But I would have like a whole YouTube like kind of studio set up where I had like a really cool aesthetic like background, so I could have like just like a YouTube filming station, I suppose. And then I also just kind of work the amount, maybe I work like 10 to 15 hours a week and everything else is outsourced, and that's how I live my life.
Yeah. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Do you have any messages to someone who is a reseller or YouTuber?
Man. Okay. Any messages? Well, I would say if you are a YouTuber, I would say focus on providing value to people. People are selfish. They want to watch videos that are going to help them. You know what I mean? I mean, like, and then that can, I suppose, be like a lighthearted, casual sit down with me video. But in all of my videos, I try to provide value to people because at the end of the day, that's what people are watching for, So I always make my videos to help the audience and not necessarily for me. So that would be my tip. And then for resellers, I would say know the worth of your time and to be as efficient as possible. And reselling is a lot of work, and if you want to grow, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to make the most amount of money possible in the least amount of effort and time. And that's kind of like my whole motto.
Thank you so much, Faith. I feel really privileged and really glad that you came onto my channel, my tiny channel.
I feel glad. That was so sweet of you.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, click that like button, hit subscribe, not just on my channel, but on Faith Hommes' channel as well. We thank you very much for being here, and we'll check you out on the next one. Namaste, y'all. Namaste, Faith. Bye, y'all.